and I say, "Good morning, birds."
Planet Earth, where I'm supposed to be anyways.
Glamorous. We found out that we have a coyote.
Oh yeah, we have a coyote.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of the Happy Life Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed our last episode where we talked about vulnerability. If you still haven't listened to it, go ahead and give it not a like,
A listen.
a listen to our last episode. So for this episode, we wanted to go ahead and talk about romanticizing your life. That's something like we've been big about lately. I guess more me than you, but that's kind of been my life motto right now is romanticizing your life. So I found this quote that I resonated with a lot. So I'm going to read it to you and then we're going to kind of just take it from there.
Okay.
The quote goes, "Romanticize your life. Take pretty pictures. Feel like the main character. Light up a candle. Read books. Go for a walk. Dance to your favorite music. Buy yourself presents. Do whatever you want. Be happy. This is your life. Don't let anyone take it from you."
I like that. I like that at all. I think that's easier said than done. It's easy. It's easier to do these things, but then in the moment, experiencing, like a movie scene of yourself in your room dancing or whatever.
I feel like it's just like looking at your life from the third point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you were a movie and somebody was watching your life, what would they see? What would they see?
Mm-hmm. What would it look like?
I also feel like it allows you to like live in the moment a little bit more.
It does. It definitely does.
Like the simplest things, just
be
thankful.
No, I mean you can literally experience these at any given moment. I mean, we can romanticize this, the fact that we are in the podcast, making a podcast, the fact that we have the lights on us and the camera on us, and that eventually this, could potentially go somewhere. You can romanticize any aspect of your life, any moment of your life. And it has an effect. It has like a really weird, like bubble feeling when you are in one of those moments when you are romanticizing your life and you experience that. And it feels awesome. It feels great.
I feel like I started getting into this when I was home all day and you were working, and I started making TikTok videos just to kind of help occupy my time. And I was like making videos of me cleaning the house. And it sounds so silly that like I was recording myself cleaning the house, but I was like romanticizing it. Like, oh, cleaning my house, like so beautiful,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously cleaning is not always fun, but like you learn to make it fun and just like romanticize it a little bit. And I mean, you only have one life, so like make the best out of it, even if it's like not the most fun thing to do, like cleaning the house. Make the best out of it. And I feel like with that, I kind of just ran with that idea, and now my whole TikTok videos are just like little snippets of my life, but like romanticizing it. I would say my favorite ones that I record is grocery shopping. Like I love grocery shopping. And I record myself grocery shopping and make it look like it's this glamorous thing. Like it's so much fun, which I have fun, but not everybody enjoys it. Grocery shopping. I feel like that's something that really stuck with me, and I've kind of ran with that, and it hasn't
gone away.
No.
Still has that same magic touch to it. Yeah. One of my biggest romantic moments of my romantic, is that a good word? No. Anyways,
a moment that you've romanticized.
Yeah, some of the moments I've romanticized the most have been beach trips by myself. Anything in nature. Anytime I get to space out and look at nature. Something as simple as like leaves waving in the wind, trees dancing, like some stuff like that really kind of like brings me in. And I just feel so present. And I have this like, oh my God, this is my fucking life. This is beautiful. Life is beautiful. Yeah. Like, and it brings so much peace and so much joy. And it really has a a pushing effect on me. Because after experiencing these moments, whatever was troubling me, whatever was challenging me,
no longer matters.
It matters, but then I become slightly thankful for the fact that I do have that challenge, or that I do have that thing that I got to figure out, because I just remember that I was alive. Like not long ago, I just, like I had this experience, like I started experiencing these moments probably around the COVID years. I think 2019 was like at the beginning. And I never looked back since. At first they started to become organically, like they started to come organically. It was just, certain moments would just become a very, pretty moment. But then after that, I started to pay attention to how it is that I can position myself in these moments, and kind of like how the quote said, like any little moment, whether it's dancing or lighting a candle or like any aspect of your life. And I realized that I could make that moment mine. I could make that moment.
Cherish it.
Yeah, I could cherish that moment. I can enjoy it to the fullest. And to me, the biggest thing that it really provides is it allows me to be present, which in today's day and age is very difficult.
Yeah.
I mean, even something as sitting here with you can be difficult, to be present, to be fully engaged, and to truly enjoy and savor this moment.
Yeah.
And I have found myself, since being able to romanticize my life, I have less moments of looking back in time and trying to remember what it is that I did, and looking back and thinking, oh, that was a really great moment, because it's no longer memories. My memories are the now. My moments are the now. I don't have to think about my moments previous. I can just enjoy the moments now. And that actually just allows me to propel my life forward and not have to worry about, hey, what does my life look like then? Or am I really enjoying these things? Because I know that I have purposely set up moments throughout my day, throughout my week, to really feel that that presence, that romantic moment. I don't know what it is exactly, but just be your main character, but just be your own person. Recognize that your life is yours, that the moment is yours, that
just live in it.
Yeah, live.
And appreciate it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, everything's just like so fast paced these days that we don't like stop to like appreciate it, and like life's too short. Yeah. And I just like looking back at like seeing myself from the third point of view and seeing like what I look like, and just appreciating it a little bit. And that's why I've kind of continued filming my TikToks, and I just make them for fun and just to like look back at memories and to remember, because we're not going to remember everything. One day we're going to lose our memories, but the memories I do have, they're going to look like beautiful. Like even if it's just a video of me sitting at the park,
right? Like
beautiful,
right? Yeah.
Just try to, I guess, hold on to the beautiful moments of life.
And create them too.
Yeah, and create them, but like hold on to them a little bit, because I mean, not everything is always. I mean, everything is beautiful, but like there is dark moments in people's lives, and I feel like just romanticizing your life, just you enhance, I guess, like the better moments a little bit more, or you appreciate them a little bit more, and you look forward to it. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but like. It just makes life a little better. I feel like it changes your perspective a little bit. It
does. It certainly does to a certain extent. To me, what it really, like I mentioned, what it really does is just allows me to be present.
Yeah.
And it really is easier said than done. It is a difficult thing to explain out loud, and to put into words. I mean, the best way that I can personally describe my own experiences is it's almost movie-like.
Yes.
It's almost like the lighting in the room
it's like focused on
changes.
you, or like, yeah, it's
Yes.
like you're the main character, but it's like
Yeah.
someone's watching you.
It's like somebody is
Yeah.
watching
Or
you.
someone's reading a book about you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah.
like, what other details? Like, what's your life like? What's
Yeah.
around you? And it's like,
It's beautiful.
you're taking in every moment and detail, and like
Every detail of the
creating
moment.
a scenario in your head, kind of. And
Yeah.
it's like a scenario that people are watching. I don't know. I just think of like, I'm creating a movie and someone's watching
Somebody's
it.
watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it really, in time feels like it slows down.
It's like takes a pause,
It takes a pause.
and you just enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. Oh gosh, it's so beautiful. It really is.
And I feel like you said, like, it makes you slow down,
Definitely.
because it's so, we just live in general, we just live a fast paced life.
Yeah.
We're just so go, 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 go.
Yeah.
And it makes you like take a chill pill, relax, enjoy it a little bit longer. And I feel like since I've had this like mentality, I have enjoyed life a little bit more and appreciate the like little things more.
Gotcha. Gosh. Yeah. Yeah. I did not realize that it was going to be that difficult to explain.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, it really is difficult to explain. Literally the best way that I can just explain it is kind of like it's movie like. It's
I just like remember.
it's like a scene. Go
I
ahead.
just remember like being a little girl and watching all the Disney princess movies, and just being like, oh, like one day my life's gonna look like that, or oh, one day I hope my Prince Charming comes, and one day this, and and like you just like romanticize it, not knowing like you're romanticizing. That's what you want your life to look like, and it's like, well, you can make that.
Right.
You can do all that. It's just your perspective on it.
Mm-hmm.
How are you looking at it? And it's like, I guess, for example, like Cinderella,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh my God, she got the Prince Charming at the end of it. She had her beautiful dress. She had the glass slipper, but there was also times in the movie where she was not treated well by her stepmom and her stepsisters, and she was the maid and cleaning and doing all the dirty work, but we focus on the beautiful part of it. We romanticized her life, and she got, I guess, like a happy ending, and it just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but like, I just imagine like myself as a little girl watching. I remember watching these Disney princess movies. I'm like, oh, like one day my Prince Charming is going to sweep me off my feet, and like, I'm going to live happily ever after. And like, that's just what I think about when I'm romanticizing my life. That like, I am living a happily ever after, it's just how you view it.
Right. It doesn't look like a castle and a chariot.
Yeah, chariot.
It looks a little different, but nonetheless, it's here and it's yours. That's the biggest one. It's yours. It's yours. It's yours for you to enjoy. It's yours. It's yours for you to live. I can't say that I ever romanticized my future life, but I definitely romanticized my past life a lot. Okay. Like a lot of certain moments that like I just remember, like my childhood or growing up or just little things like that. I definitely like thought of like, gosh, I missed those moments. And it wasn't until I started to experience these moments in my present life, and I started to romanticize those moments, that then I was able to kind of like let go of those past memories and like let go of those, I want to be there rather than here. And in the same token, I didn't want to be in the future either. It just really allows me to be present.
Yeah.
And like you said, for you right now, your biggest thing has been romanticizing it. For me lately, the biggest one has been present. Being able to be present. It's a challenge. Just naturally, I wonder. My mind wonders a lot. My brain wonders a lot. And so being present poses a challenge.
Yeah.
These moments, though, because I kind of have figured out my own code and how to get into these moments, I really bring myself back to planet Earth, where I'm supposed to be anyways. So yeah, I mean, for me, that's really what the whole romanticizing has been about. Less about what I used to romanticize, but more about what I experienced and what I miss, and romanticizing my past life and wishing that I was there rather than here. I lost you.
You did it this last time. I was like, I didn't know you were going with this.
I know. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's a lot.
Everybody explains things differently.
Everybody explains things differently.
Has their different view on it.
And the other thing too is that everybody understands things differently too.
And that's hard. I wouldn't say it's an issue, but that's one thing with us is you say something's black and I'm like, no, it's gray. But we're both seeing
the same thing,
but we're explaining it
from different perspectives.
Completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And I never understand what you're talking about until like you've kind of talked about in circles multiple times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this what you meant? And you were like, yeah. And I'm like, then why'd you say it this way? Like I would have understood it, but you wouldn't have understood it the way I understood it.
Yeah. And that's kind of why I feel like this is perfect. Because the way that you're explaining romanticizing, it's going to resonate to
somebody
my
way. Yeah.
Perfectly. It's when you're explaining it, they're going to be wondering, what is she talking about? And when they listen to me say it, they're going to be like, wow, that's perfect. That's exactly what I talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's the other thing too about romanticizing your life is that it's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It's and like everything in life, it's all perspective. Can you think of a particular moment that you like, maybe one of the first ones or like one of the most recent ones that you really like were like wow, like a wow romanticized moment? Do you have one in mind that you can think about?
I'm trying to think of my TikTok video.
While you're over there, I'll think of my own as well. One of my most recent ones, while you keep thinking, you don't have to worry. I'll talk to them while you think. One of my most recent ones was actually out on this chair sticking out this window. And it was an afternoon. The sun was just starting to come down ever so slightly. We don't really get a lot of sunlight in this apartment, but through these windows here behind us, we get a little bit of sunlight. And the shades were all the way up, and the leaves were just being perfectly colored by the sun, just ever so slightly orange to a certain extent, like just ever so slightly orange, and they were just waving perfectly. And I believe I was bouncing back and forth between some sort of dilemma that I had, whether it was immediate or big or small. I'm not really sure what it was. But I really was thinking about my issue. And I just happened to catch a glimpse of the leaves. And this is kind of like how they look like for me. I caught a glimpse of the leaves, and it just came over me. I realized, like, gosh, I'm in this apartment. I'm so far away from what I used to call home. Mm-hmm. I'm in a chair that it's so gosh damn comfortable. I'm staring out a window, and then it just propels me to a fucking other world. It really is a beautiful moment for me. I think about how the tree came about. I think about how the light is working perfectly to create these shades. I mean, and then it just brings me right back to here. I realize I'm in my apartment. The problem that I'm encountering isn't as big as I thought it was. And whether I come up with a solution or an answer at that particular moment doesn't matter. I just know that it's going to be okay. And I'm right back. And that was my most recent one. That was the most recent moment that I had where I was like, gosh, this is my life. This is my life. This is how I experience my own life.
I really don't know. I was trying to think of something while you were like talking. I'm like,
it's difficult to think and listen at the same time. That's why I told you that I would talk to them, but then you wouldn't break eye contact.
But I still wanted to know what you were talking about. Shoot. I guess I romanticize that I'm Snow White. I swear I'm Snow White.
Oh gosh, those are so cute. Those are so cute.
We, in our back of our apartment, we have like a little creek and a lot of trees. And so there's a lot of like little animals and like critters back there. And I like talk to the animals. I leave them food that they can eat. Remember in the winter, I was like, oh, I got to fatten up the squirrels because, well, like the fall going into winter, I was like, oh, I have to leave extra nuts out for the squirrels so that they can get fat because they're going to hibernate in the winter. They're not going to be able to find nuts because the trees are going to be bare. And just like stuff like that. And like then we got a bird feeder and I started feeding the birds. And I go outside and I try to call the birds to come. And then in the morning when we wake up, it's still pitch black outside because the time change and the birds will be chirping. And I say, good morning, birds. So I swear I'm Snow White, even though I'm not, obviously. But I mean, I just enjoy doing that. And I think I am like living in a prairie somewhere out in nature with all the animals around me and they can come and talk to me. And like, besides squirrels, we've had other friends that have come and visit us. We've left
skunks,
food.
Possums.
We have skunks and possums. And I thought I was leaving food out for the squirrels. And one night we found a skunk eating. And then another night we found a possum eating. So I swear I'm Snow White. I'm probably not Snow White, but from the outside in and from the movie, I look like Snow White. And
so you think of yourself
I think
as
of
Snow
myself
White.
as Snow White. And those are all my friends outside. And then, yeah, like I just think of them as my friends. And like, when we drive around and like we see a dead squirrel, it makes me really sad. Like, obviously, like I just wish there was like a crosswalk for them that they could cross. And that the cars wouldn't hit the squirrels. And it makes me so sad. And we see a dead squirrel, I'm like, oh, my friend died. But I guess that's like me romanticizing my life, that I consider myself Snow White.
And you swear the animals are talking to you or something like that?
Yep. Or like we found out that we have a coyote.
Oh, yeah, we have a coyote.
And you love to like try to scare it away so that it doesn't come. And I know why you're doing it. So the coyote leaves us alone. But I want to leave food for the coyote.
Oh, my God.
And I want to pet the coyote. But I also understand the safety precautions because they're wild animals. And I hope they're not eating my possums and my skunks. But I want to leave the coyote food.
This went to a completely comic.
This is what I think about.
I get it. That was so funny. That was great.
I guess you would say that's
your most current one.
That's just an everyday thing, though.
Every day.
Yeah.
But what does it cause? Does it make you feel any type of way, or does it?
Yeah, it does. I just feel like happy.
Yeah.
Like genuinely happy. And I've never been an animal person.
Yeah.
We weren't raised with animals at all. My mom didn't let us have pets. My dad had animals, so when I would stay at his place, we had animals, but I wasn't there that often. We always had fish. And fish don't do anything. So I don't know where this like Snow White version of me came in. Maybe I'm just romanticizing that I always had animals.
Didn't have animals.
I didn't have them. So now I'm like, I need animals. And apparently I've adopted squirrels and
skunks and
possums and hopefully a coyote. Oh, and the cardinal birds. Those are the ones I feed. The cardinal birds are really pretty. Yeah. And the blue jays. And I take pictures of my squirrels and I send them to our godmother.
And she sends them back.
And she sends these pictures back of her squirrels.
That is so
But yeah,
cute.
no, I would say that like it just makes me happy. And like I feel like if I were recording myself out there with
your animals,
I would look like Snow White.
Yeah.
So,
but most importantly, what I want to focus on, it makes you happy.
It does make me happy.
Oh.
Like just knowing. I mean, I don't know if I'm
I don't know if I'm
benefiting these animals by giving them food, because it's like they obviously have a different intuition than we do, and they hunt for their food and they look for it, and I'm over here like, here's free food.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if that's benefiting them, but
it makes you happy.
it makes me happy. It got to the point where I was researching what squirrels can eat.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because I had left them out some food and they didn't eat it. Can you stop burping? You keep burping.
I know. I keep burping.
I started researching what squirrels are able to eat. So yeah.
Gosh, that is so funny. That was. I'm sorry. And mine was like all in this direction. Yours, but again, it just goes to show it's like it's all perspectives. It's totally different perspectives. At the end of the day, like it still brings a joy to you. It still brings a happiness to you. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. You know, how you get yourself to that point is different every day. Yeah. Some days it looks like a run. Some days it looks like a workout. Some days it looks like food. Some days it looks so different, but just do whatever you need to do to make you happy. Yeah.
And that's like how the end of the quote said, was like, what did it say again? This is your life. Don't let anyone take it from you. So like, don't let people bring you down. Like if me feeding the animals makes me happy, then it makes me happy.
Right.
You know?
Like I'm not going to sit here and tell you like, that's not what romanticizing your life is, because that's what you,
that brings me happiness.
Right.
Yeah.
And I should not take that from you. And in the same token, and anyone really, and for any reason. I like that. Would you be so kind to read that quote one more time for us before we wrap this up? We'll do our little section and then we'll wrap it up, because I think that would probably be perfect.
Yeah. So the quote again is, romanticize your life, take pretty pictures, feel like the main character, light up a candle, read books, go for a walk, dance to your favorite music, buy yourself presents, do whatever you want, be happy. This is your life. Don't let anyone take it from you. Be happy. That reminds me of like the Bob Marley song. Don't worry.
Yep.
Be happy. Is that how the song goes?
I don't believe so.
Oh. LOL.
Yeah, friends. I mean, just the entire premise of the podcast has always been be happy.
Hence the Happy Life podcast.
Hence the Happy Life podcast, exactly. And happy doesn't always look perfect. It doesn't always look pretty, but happy is your happy. Yeah. It's however you interpret happy. What we do here should not reflect your happiness or should not affect your happiness whatsoever. But what we do here should give an idea, a direction to what your happy looks like. That's good. That's great.
Yeah. So with that being said, what is something you are looking forward to?
Oh gosh. This week it'll probably be looking for new apartments. Like we talked last time, our lease is up to an end soon, and it's time for us to start looking for new apartments. Yeah. We're doing some of that already. But I'm excited. To actually go visit the places that we've been pinpointing. And
because we've been looking at them through pictures and stuff, haven't got in person. So just seeing it. And I think I'd agree. That's what I'm looking forward to. Just this apartment here has been great to us for the past 2 years, but I think it's time for us to move on, do something different. Yeah. Romanticize a new apartment.
Romanticize a new apartment. That's perfect. Yeah, that's great.
How we see our lives there when we go.
Yeah.
Is it the right fit for us? You know, so I'm just looking forward to like that new chapter and like that change. Yeah. And see where the next year is going to take us. We'll sign like probably another year lease, and I guess see how much changes in a year and where our life's going to be in that year being there, you know, just kind of romanticizing it. So
one thing we'll do for sure is romanticize some more.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to yet another episode of the Happy Life podcast. Let us know what it is that you are excited about upcoming. Let us know in the comment section if you resonated to any aspect of the podcast
and
at all.
what is your version of romanticizing your life?
Yeah, give us an example. Give us some moments.
Yeah, either tell us in the comments or just tell it to yourself.
Think about it. Right. Like, think about it.
Sit on it. But what is your version of romanticizing your life?
Perfect. I have it.
We have to send this to National